Alright, so this is like a problem you had to do for your homework. So up there at the top are the directions. So I'm going to draw myself a little XY graph here real quickly. And we want to write the equation of the parabola described, and we want to graph it. So why don't we start with graphing it, because that will give us kind of a view of what it'll look like. It'll probably be easier to write the equation of the parabola when we actually look at the graph. So, you know, it says it's the parabola's got a vertex of 0, 0. It's got a focus at 0, 2. We'll say that's somewhere right around in here. So if you'll remember that number, that this is actually my A value for when I write the equation. So as a rough draft, this looks something like this. And we'll get a little bit more specific here in just a second with some additional points. But here's what I got. I got the vertex at 0, 0. Got the focus right here at 0, 2. That means that my directrix is going to be running across here, and my directrix will carry the equation y equals -2. So what we'll do is we'll figure out what some points are over here in just a second. But now writing the equation, well, this one's opening up, so it's going to be x squared instead of y squared. This one's opening up. So x squared equals 4ay is the form that our equation will take. The a value we already said was right here. So the a value is 2. So we will have x squared equals 4 times 2 times y. So x squared would equal 8y. So that's the graph. I'm sorry. That's the equation of the graph. And so let's see, if we wanted to figure out some points. Well, what if we wanted to make x squared equal 4? That means what we would have to have is we'd have to, well, I mean, we could make it 4 because x squared equaling 4 would give us even numbers when I squared both sides. Actually, also make it 16. So let's do that actually. Let's do x squared equals 8 times 2, because what we'll do is we'll use a x value when we make an xy chart. We'll make an x value of 2. I'm sorry, a y value of 2. And when I actually solve that now, that would be x squared equals 16. And if I find the square root of both sides, you know, x would equal plus or minus 4. So we would have x values that correspond of plus or minus 4 that correspond to 2. So a y value of 2 gives me an x value of 4, 2 right here, and gives me another value of -4, 2 right here. So we graphed it and we got very specific with the points. We wrote the equation over here, and you know, look at these things right here. This is the directrix. Here's your vertex. Here's your focus. Here's the graph. And over here is we picked y value of 2 to give us an output of x squared equals 16 so that I could find an even squared number. So hopefully that'll help.